Because you first loved me. You said in your word that it was complete. You keep guiding me each and every day. Without you leading me, my life would go astray.
It's a lot of things I can't go there with what the science is saying because it don't line up.
That's right.
You still trying to figure out the word. But my God tells you about the word. Because he knew you was going to try to figure it out. But even in the midst of him telling you, you still trying to figure it out. Because you don't believe. You try to figure out how old the world is. By telling them the corrosion on the rocks. Not knowing that the rocks was done that way because of the flood. But if you do your research like you're supposed to, then you'll know it. You can discern the stars as the words say, but you can't discern the word. How is that? When you can't discern the word, you ain't mine. Can you get to understanding the word? Of course you can. I did it when I was in my early 20s. Because finally I was being pulled on. And being pulled on, the Lord was letting me know, listen, I called you. You've been running a little too long. I called you. And ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. I didn't understand the fullness of that word. I went to a lot of different ministries. And throughout every different ministry I went, God imparted in me exactly what I need.
That's right.
I went to one ministry that taught me I believe in what the word says. I don't go by sight, I go by belief. Because if you go by sight, that's when you start doing a lot of crazy things you're not supposed to do. But if you believe in the word, then God will show you miraculous things. So you can't go by sight, because sight is really just there to shake you. Don't be moved by those things that go around. Just like Peter was moved during the time of walking on that water. He looked at how the situation was around him instead of keeping his eyes on the Lord.
All right. All right.
And that's what we do all the time. The next word that he gave me, which deals within the same area. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. But they that after the ruach, which is the spirit, the things of the spirit. What is it that we keep in our mind on constantly?
My God.
What is it that you consume yourself with daily and ends? Are you doing like some people where the lady was all into her phone, the way she ran into the fountain at the mall and tried to blame the people in the mall? She wanted to sue them. Where you like, my kids feel like they can't do nothing without their phone. They take it to wash dishes, they take it to iron clothes, they take it to go outside to put clothes in the washer, they take it to do any type of cleaning, and a lot of times they're just looking at it. The things of this world has grown so much the way it's consuming them, and it's putting them in. And I ask my kids, listen, I ain't heard no gospel music play in a while, but you got all this worldly stuff that you're trying to put me in concert with. Can you turn that off? And my son be like, I had a gospel song play, you missed it. It must have just been one. Because how did I miss it? I've been listening to these R&B stuff for a good little minute. I'm going to need you to shut that down. Stop putting us in concert in the midst of mess.
Yeah.
But they don't see that. The more the world is pulling them. My daughter, oh my goodness, she had became the social media queen. I'm talking about social media the way she was watching every child's life. They living their life. Oh, look at them. They got toys. Their parents letting them play with the toys. That look nice. Mom, you see, can we play games like that? It went to those type of questions because of the lifestyle that she see these people going on. So one day, she broke out and she said, Mom, I don't have a good life. You ain't got no good life. Girl, yeah, because you see what her mama doing? And the show that she was watching was a lady allowing her 3-year-old daughter, she was putting makeup on her. I said, baby, if that's your thing of having a life, you can't watch YouTube, no. I shut it down. Because if that's what your persona is of a good life, you got it twisted.
Yes, yes, yes.
But that's how quick the world grabs the kids.
Yes, yes.
They pull them in. They don't went from that to, you got some that don't watch nothing but fighting from other kids, from channel to channel of just kids fighting. It's sad. If they don't miss their show, they can get to it on media. At least snippets of their show. They really don't need the TV much no more.
That's right.
Cable for nothing.
Yes, I got rid of cable a long time ago. I had a full package deal where they give you the phone, the cable, and the internet.
Yeah.
I said, listen, people. I got a phone line, but don't have a phone.
Yeah.
Everybody in here got cell phones. Ain't nobody trying to get on no phone. I said, I don't had this for a whole year up under this plan. Y'all call me saving, and I really ain't saving. I say these channels. No. We got stuff like streaming now. I can stream whatever I want to see.
That's right.
I can stream it from my phone to my TV because we got such things called smart TVs.
Yeah.
So when they come up to me and try to hit me with that advertisement, if you ain't giving me no good internet, you can't sell it to me.
All right.
Because internet gets you to everywhere you need to be.
That's right. That's right.
I don't need none of that other stuff if you ain't giving me no good internet. I can watch behind on my shows. When they came out with Showbox, that was like the most awesome thing. Because Showbox allows you to watch movies that were still in the theater that hadn't even completely came out in the theater yet.
Right.
This is the way technology is going. It's pulling on us more and more. What things are you being mindful of, people? Are you being mindful of the flesh? Or are you being mindful of the spirit? How much are you spending your time in the fleshly things versus you spending your time in the spiritual things?
My Lord.
Remember, the more things you place on the inside of you, that's what's going to come out.
Right.
You wonder why you're making the reaction that you making when certain things happen? You wonder why you just cursed her out because of something that she did to you? You wonder why you fussing at that dude because he just cut you off in the middle of the road? Because everything you place on the inside of you is corrupt.
That's right.
There is nothing of God. God brings about good things.
Yes.
Things of peace. But all you're looking at is the destruction of the whole thing.
Yes.
How can you get to the peaceful area if all you're going to is the destruction area? There's a season for everything. There's a time for everything. You will find out that God equips us for different things. Sometimes he'll equip you and you don't even need it.
All right.
He just want to make sure you got it on. Did you come prepared? Being prepared is the key, people.
Yeah.
You can face anything if you are prepared. People try to teach you to be prepared for hard times. How many of us really be prepared for hard times? All the water gone. The people don't took all the water out. We didn't even have no money because we've been splurging on the other things of the world. We've been clubbing. We've been buying the things that we really didn't need, but the things that we wanted.
That's it.
Because when you get into this certain lifestyle, sometimes your finances don't even meet that lifestyle, but you're trying to get there. And since you're trying to get there and make it seem a certain kind of way, now you're out of your means. That's that facade thing I was talking about. I say we put it on well. We wear it well.
Yeah.
Because we want to look a certain way to people. Remember I told you when another person got it added on, that's when sin really cut in. The thoughts changed. It shifted. Because remember when they looked at each other, all they saw was the glory of Youre. That's it. They didn't see nothing corrupted. The Bible tells you that they were both naked, but neither one of them saw the nakedness. Nakedness was not a sin. Nakedness was not something to be running away from or like ashamed of. But as soon as they saw that each other was naked, the first thing kicked in was shame. Letting you know that connects to the sin area. God did not create us that way. When he got finished creating us, he said, oh, it is good.
Okay.
When God makes a thing good, it is good.
Yes.
You can't take that away until you put something corruptive on the inside of it. Now, if you put something on the inside of good that is corruptive, it will corrupt it. It'll corrupt it from the inside out. You won't be able to see it at first. You won't see that it is evolving on the inside of that person until it don't got chaotic. First question you ask yourself is, where did this come from? How did that get there? Sometimes we don't question the things that we did in order to help it get there. Because we feel like that ain't us. That's a person. That's the other person. But you got to understand, everybody is a vessel to be used. Who are you being used by? That's the whole thing what you got to look at. Who are you being used by? Remember I told you Peter went through that whole shifting of change. He was being used by the Spirit one minute, used by Satan the next minute. This is what I mean by that vessel. The word is true. When it says that he is the potter and we're the clay, he's shaping you and molding you. But when you mold up something, a lot of times you're not closing that off. You're leaving that open. When you make a vase, the top part is open, the bottom is closed, but the top part is open. Meaning other things can be placed on the inside of that vase. What are you allowing to be poured inside of you? Is it halfway with the Lord and halfway with the flesh? I mean, that's that same thing of balancing, straddling the fence. In a couple of incidents in the Bible, there was a question that was asked. Who's on the Lord's side? Which is letting you know there is a side. It's not a middle. It is a side. You got to choose. And once the choice was made, everybody who was not on the Lord's side got destroyed. It's still going to happen that way, people. If you're not on the Lord's side, destruction is still coming.
It is.
You can't look past it. Now, one beautiful thing about it, you make it on the Lord's side, God's taking all that stuff away. You ain't even finna have no thoughts of them like they was never born. Why? Because he wants you to be rejoiced. He wants you to really appreciate everything that he's done before you got there. When you're thinking about the person that you left behind, you can't appreciate it. It doesn't work like that, I'm sorry. I mean, it sounds good. Sounds lovely. We can make it up as much as we want to. But that ain't how it is on the inside.
All right.
Now, the other woe, back in the 5th chapter, we at 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, and prudent, which is still wise, in their own sight. You ever had those who feel like they don't search good enough? They got enough knowledge. Now they got all the knowledge. But when they're saying things to you, it just ain't adding up. It don't sound wise. It sounds foolish. But to themselves, oh, that was the most wisest thing they could have said. They don't understand why you don't even get it. You ain't arrived. Your eyes ain't open yet, baby. You got to get there. Eventually, maybe you'll get there. Just keep following me. No. I am following the Lord. When the words was taken out, when the different books was taken out, do you not know he already let you know in scripture it was going to be taken? Yes. This whole, we quoted a lot, but we didn't know that it was connected to this. When you do the whole line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Hold on, wait a minute, Lord. You just told me it's not all here? No. It's not all here because he knew they was going to take it. Everything they've been trying to do is to take the word from you. More and more, even with the new Bibles that they putting out, they moving out a little bit more at a time. Yes. They taking out little verses here. If you don't know the scripture, you don't even know the verse missing. You just look at it like, oh yeah, that's exactly the way that goes.
Exactly.
This is where we falter. This is why his people are perishing because of the lack of knowledge. You don't want to take the time out to go search. I mean, I'm in books. And not only media, because I use media for what it's supposed to be used for. One thing about media, what you don't understand, media opened up all of knowledge. Things that they've hidden from you for hundreds of years, media has opened that up to your fingertips.
That's right.
But we're searching so much in the wrong stuff, the way you're missing all the right.
Yes.
Man, and when I mean man, Lord knows I want to say white man. He has placed it the way you couldn't get to that stuff at first. They were the only ones who knew the actual truth. Right. They were the only ones who knew who it was that actually came over in the ship. And they kept all that document away from you. My people perished because of lack of knowledge. You falling by the wayside because you choosing. Remember, life is about choices.
Right.
You choosing not to know. You're accepting what they gave you. What they told you. Because it seems like it's right. The Bible said there is a way that seemeth right unto man, but that way is destruction.
That's right.
Every time they say it to you, you know, it sounds good. They say it to you enough, it sounds convincing. But what I learned from my search is if you take a little lie and you leave it there long enough, it becomes a big lie.
Yeah.
And it grows so big till they don't even believe that it is a lie anymore.
Come on.
The world shows you that continuously. I took a humanities class in school. And in that humanities class, I had a white teacher. And a few black kids asked him a question, well, oh, I've heard Jesus is black. Is Jesus black? He said, of course he's black. I looked at the man crazy. That ain't what I've been being taught all these years.
All right.
What you talking about, man?
Yeah.
But this is what he told me. He also told me a time which was before my time. But this is what I'm saying. They take a little lie and they allow it to grow. The economy has a way of, they'll drop you with a bomb. And when the people can't handle it, they'll snatch the bomb away. Only to gradually give that bomb right back to you. When they gradually give it back to you, they notice that the people don't really say much about it. You might get a few that kind of, rough they feathers. But it ain't enough to make a change come about. He said years ago, when gas was real low, they skyrocketed up, super high. It's like $3, $4. Everybody went to complain because they did it all in one day. And when everybody went to complain, they couldn't handle the complaint of people saying what they was going to do and how they wasn't going to get the gas and they was going to figure out some other things to do besides getting the gas. They threw it right back down to the low price. Okay, they couldn't handle that one. So what we'll do is we'll gradually ease it up. So it went up, and then they didn't do it major, take it up a few pennies here. Throw in a nickel. I'll bring it back down a little bit. This time throw a dime in. Bring it back down a little bit. This is how they're teetering with us. All to bring about the big change. Same thing with the word. They teeter with you to bring about the big change. You don't understand when the end of the world comes, they have to get your mind in a place of acceptance. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is normal for us. Remember when the world was destroyed during the time of the flood? It was chaotic. Sin was so great it had to reach deep down into the hearts of men. Their minds and their thoughts were corrupted above all measures. Nothing that was being done or said was reaching them. That it made God mad and repent that he even created them. This is not the way it's supposed to be. This is not my plan. Oh, no. Let's wipe it out. Away with it. But I won't cancel it all out. I need the people that I set in line. So in order to get to the people, I got to search for the righteous people. I got to search for the seed that ain't been tainted. Because back then, it was being tainted. That stuff you think you're seeing right now where they mixing animals and they growing human stuff off of animals and stuff like that, that was going on back in Noah's time. Don't think it was new. It wasn't. I told you ain't nothing new under the sun. It was going on. I teach the kids, listen, when they said you have all these gods out there, all them gods was out there back then. During the time of the Nephilims, which when you get in them other books, you find out deeper about the Nephilims, that you find out that there were 3 races of giants. You had the Nephilims, you had the great giants, then you had the Iphilites. 3 races of giants, and each race got bigger and bigger. We always look at it, and when they show the movies, that, the Israelites built these big stones and stuff, building these, the Egyptian area, building these temples and these pyramids. No. No matter how many people you put together, they ain't going to be able to pick up the big giant stones. Have you looked at them stones? Imagine sizing one of them stones. Something powerful picked up those stones. You don't know this because they removed it from you. They taught you, no, we had man do that. We just created little things and had them do stuff like that. No. Whatever was down here showed them secrets of heaven that they were not supposed to know. Man knew nothing about how to tell time, but you can find in that area where they had a giant first clock out there. They knew nothing about it. They knew nothing about how to use stones to do this and how to use roots and stuff in order to do this. Magic wasn't around until the shift came in. But once the Nephilims came around, which were your fallen, they call it sons of God, but when you get into the other books, you find out that they were the watchers, which you find out even deeper that they were the angels. They were angels that were set down here with mankind that was just supposed to watch over them to make sure that they did what they were supposed to do. But in the midst of them watching, they was watching the wrong thing. They saw the daughters of Adam was like, oh, wow. Man, you see that? She look real fair. She looking real nice. I won't be one of them. Now, wait a minute. We ain't supposed to get women. We ain't supposed to marry. We banned from that. We spirits. We can't do that. So you had one, some of y'all self, who decided to go to the rest of the angels that was down here and say, listen here, I want to do something, but I'm going to take this all on myself. You don't have to do it. I'm going to do it myself because this is the way I'm feeling. So when he made the decree to them, they said, no, don't do this of yourself. We want to do it too. Let's make a covenant right now to do this together. This is how you get your giants. You cannot mix spiritual with flesh. No. Except the spirit goes inside of the body, not through the way that man is supposed to bring about. You can't do that. They mixed spiritual with flesh and came about something that really wasn't supposed to be. This is the reason why the Bible calls it your mighty men and men of valor. They were strong. They had strength. They had height. If you go in your pyramids, you'll see people that would look different. That, you know, kind of heads was long and stuff like that. And those are the aliens. No. That came about when the mixture came along. It's when you take this animal and mix it with that animal. You ain't finna come out with that one same type of animal. I'm sorry.
That's right.
It's finna be something totally different. Will they have features? Of course they will. They won't have the full ability, but they're going to have parts of it. I say the world has a way of just dropping nuggets on you of realness. Because it's not that they don't know. Oh, they know. They know because they took it away. But they read it before they took it away. So they know what you would have been finding out. So here it is. They put you in this area of saying, no, that can't be. I ain't never seen no giant. You ain't never seen no tall people. The Bible said it's still Nephilim among us. People that just super tall and you don't know why. During that time, the Nephilim got to the point where they became so great that it says that man couldn't even feed them fast enough. When man can't even feed you fast enough, what do you do next? You eat man. That's where your cannibalism come in.
Yes.
Everything that the angels started to do, we started to duplicate. How do we duplicate? You got people that out there that do eat people. How do we duplicate? We wanted power. Everybody worshiped them like they were gods because of the power they had, because of the things that they could do. But you got to understand, they're spiritual. They were having children that was a part of spiritual. So now not only are you worshiping the fallen ones, not only are you worshiping the watchers, you're worshiping their children. I said, y'all see these different Greek gods that y'all see out there? Don't think that stuff wasn't real. Oh, that stuff was real. Why do you think they statues so big of showing how these people look? You get in your pyramids, you see the same thing. You see little people, and you see real tall people. People that just didn't seem like they were supposed to be that height. You find out that there was tall people out there because you find out about Goliath. So either you're going to believe it or you're not going to believe it. Now you get into a part where it tells you, that, oh, wait a minute, I don't know if I need to believe the word because, you know, in an area in the Bible, it says that these are just fables. That they're not real. It's just stories. But I said, if you dig deeper within the word fable, allegories as they started off, allegories, which you make into a fable. An allegory is a story within a story. You think if God chose something to be for his people, that he's going to open it up the way everybody know what's going on? No. It's for chosen people. Only the chosen people will be able to read the story within a story. Wait a minute, he's talking about me right now. That's me. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to be. You got to understand that, people. God equips us with everything we need. Now you hear about it with the whole armor of God. He ain't put that whole armor of God out there for no reason. Everything he gave you, you need. You ever seen somebody go out to battle without their gun? How long do you think they're going to survive? What about those who go out there with their knife just in case they out of bullets? They still trying to go down with the fight. If they forget their knife, how long do you think they're going to last?
Not long.
Not long at all. Everything that you're given in the army, whether it's bombs, grenades, everything that you're given, it is a way to help you to defend yourself. Everything that God gave you, everything that Yahuwah gave you, it was for you to defend yourself. But remember, you ain't fighting against flesh and blood. So now you start asking the question, Lord, how am I going to fight this battle? First thing you got to do is you got to come equipped. Don't leave your stuff behind. Don't be like, God, I forgot. Man, I left my helmet on the bed. No, that's not going to work. Because now you're in the midst of the battle. That helmet is used to guard your mind. Why is it used to guard your mind? Because that's the first place the enemy go from. Remember I told you if he got your mind, he got you. Okay, now say you got your helmet. What if you forget your breastplate of righteousness? What if you forget that? Remember, the righteousness is God. This is the thing that pretty much shows I'm covered by him. This is the thing that also guards your heart. When the enemy gets into your mind, the next area he go for is your heart. And if he can destroy your heart or break your heart, oh, you broken. You won't even pick yourself up off the floor. You're too broken. Nobody can pull you up. Because not only did you leave your helmet, you left your breastplate. Two things that you majorly needed to help you in the midst of this battle. All right, now I got my helmet, I got my breastplate. Say if I don't bring a shield. All right, got them out there, I'm shieldless. How are you going to be able to fight off the darts that the enemy throws your way? Oh, because he's throwing them. Oh, he hitting you where it hurts. He play for keeps. He ain't nothing nice. He don't care about you. I tell my kids, the world don't love you. It'll show you a type of love.
Yes, yes.
Only to get you out there. And once it gets you out there, it will destroy you. If you don't have your shield, you can't fight off that different stuff that the world trying to send your way. Wait a minute, I need to watch this on media. No, that ain't good for me to watch. Wait a minute, I need to pay attention to that chick over there. No, that ain't good for me to do. Wait a minute, I need to steal this. Hold on, wait a minute. No. How are you going to guard yourself if you leave home without it? Okay, well, how about this? The belt of truth. Oh, wait a minute. What I need the belt of truth for? My britches stay up. I really don't need the belt of truth. How about I leave the belt of truth behind? Can I do that? Lord, I didn't come with my belt. Is that okay? No. The belt of truth leads you into wisdom. The belt of truth gives you instruction. The belt of truth gives you insight. Things you were not able to see when you left at home. How can you see what's coming at you if you don't left the belt of truth at the house? Your sight is taken away. You don't know what to do next because the truth you left behind. Now you'll believe every lie that comes your way. Because you're searching for truth, because you left your belt at home. You ever seen somebody at the schools, they start applying belts, it wasn't the right kind of belt, they did ropes and everything. For the kids, they were providing a substitute belt.
Oh my God.
The substitute belt don't work for you. The substitute belt has you being picked at, because you ain't even dressed right no more. You out there at war with a substitute belt on. That ain't gonna work. That ain't good, people. That ain't gonna happen. How about if you decide to leave your sword? I got my shield, I got my helmet, got my breastplate on, I'm somewhat protected. You leave your sword at the house. But you don't understand your sword is your word.
That's right. Come on here.
The main thing that Yeshua fought Satan off with was the word.
Yes.
He didn't say, come on, Satan, let's go away. He didn't go at a physical fight with him. There was no need to. The word is powerful than any two-edged sword. But you decided to leave your sword at home. You decided you're going to take on the enemy all by your lonesome self because you got the power. Remember, Jesus said you call yourselves gods. This what you don't put over yourself. But remember, you the God with the little G. You don't have the big G on top of you. I'm sorry, you ain't got that. So go out and try to fight that battle without your word. Know that the word changes everything. It'll switch your situation in a heartbeat if you just speak the word.
Yes.
The word is powerful. But if you don't never speak it, you don't know what power it possesses. Remember, because you thought it was null and void. It was useless. It's just words. No. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. What you think coming from out of that tongue? Words. But remember, you left your word, your sword, at home. Because you just didn't need that for this particular battle. Not this one right here. Because you covered, you got the helmet. So you can guard your mind. You got your breastplate. You can guard your heart. You got your belt of truth, so you can see some things. You got your shield. You got your shield, so you're blocking some stuff. But you can't fight back. You fight back with the word.
My God.
You don't fight back physical. No. Because then that takes away that the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's.
Confirmation.
When you're trying to fight physical, now you're taking it among yourself that I can do this. I'm powerful. I'm strong enough to be able to handle this battle right here. I got this under control. When you start fooling yourself with those words, that's all negative, trust me. The enemy has deceived you. Obviously, you left your belt of truth at the house too. All right, now we're starting our feet with the gospel of peace. The gospel of peace. Preach the gospel wherever you go. Wherever your feet command, you spread the gospel. The good news. Before the end of the world, the good news is going to go everywhere where it's supposed to go. The gospel is going to go out. Like I said, whether you choose to do it or he brings somebody else in line to do it, it's going to be done.
Hello.
So he gave you this full armor for a reason. But a lot of times we don't see any use for it. We don't see a need for it. Well, God, you say it's an armor, God, but I got everything under control. I can handle this. It might seem like it's a little rough, but if I shift and maneuver this and I change about that, everything gonna be good. If you don't sound like the man who cleaned up his house, garnished it and everything, but he had no God in him. He didn't replace it with the righteous stuff. He didn't replace it with the things that he needed in order to keep evil away. Now, he did a decent job. He did. And that's what we do. We do a decent job. He did a decent job, but it only made it when that spirit came back and he wasn't able to get in. Said, okay, that's all right. I'm going to go get a couple of my friends. Come on, you guys, he's trying to keep us out. If y'all go with me, we in there. So now, if you no longer deal with one spirit, you're dealing with 7.
That's right.
Which is a lot worse than what you were dealing with in the first place when you called yourself trying to clean up your house. It looked good from the outside, but once they made it on the inside, they destroyed their whole house. You got to understand everything in the Word God has equipped us with. Come to your battle prepared. Have all your armor on. Because then you'll get to those type of battles. When you get to the battle, the Lord will be like, you know what, you ain't even got to do nothing. Just stand there and watch me do it.
Go silent. Woo. Yes, Lord.
You see things shift and move, and you ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing of yourself. But this is when you see the glory of God. Because if you start doing it of yourself, you say, look what I did.
Yes.
He can't get the glory off of that.
Amen.
Everything he did, it was to glorify him. That's why he gave them impossible situations. He gave them some stuff like, Lord, I can't handle that. No, I can't go into that. Your mind says one thing, but God's saying something different. But you start to question. Just like Gideon. Gideon was going into a battle. My boy had a whole bunch of people on his side. He said, yeah, I'm going in. I'm ready, Lord. I'm ready. And the Lord said, no, you got too many. What? Did you not see how many people they got? Son, you got too many. Go back and try it again. Go back and try it again. All right, I'm ready. No. Pay attention to these, not those. And narrow it down. Ain't got number 300 now. They like 4,000 over there. What you want me to do with that, Lord? No. You don't understand. You asking what I want you to do. You did what I wanted you to do. Let's narrow it down. Now stand back and see the glory of the Lord. See, if I let you go in with all these people, and y'all just so happen to win, first thing you're going to come out and look at the victory that we did.
All right.
Look at all the stuff we made happen, man. You should have seen them running.
Yeah.
They ain't had no type of area to be able to get away from us. We had it under control, man. They were screaming and hollering, running back to their family. We wiped out majority of them. They probably don't even have a town no more now. They got enough people to make a village.
My God.
But when I sent you here with only 300, and you ain't got them nothing, now you go back to the people and you say, Let me tell you what the Lord did.
All right.
Let me tell you how he went in the midst of that situation. We came equipped now. We did. We had on everything he told us to have on, ready for the battle. But we ain't have to do that.
Yes.
The victory was already won before we even went in there good.
Yes, sir.
How many times God has sent them to the battlefield and they ain't have to do nothing?
All right.
Not a thing. Jericho, all they did was use their voice. The walls came tumbling down. You got some walls in your life that need to tumble down.
All right.
But you think you can move those walls by you going and taking on this battle by yourself. Show up just with your armor on. Speak the word and watch that word work for you.
Yes, sir.
That's the way he works. He don't want you getting the glory for nothing.
All right.
We were created for him. We were created to praise him, to give him worship.
That's it.
He takes care of everything. But you got to believe and trust. When you take the belief and the trust away, now you're just walking on yourself. You're walking within the flesh. And we already know how the flesh works. The flesh thinks that evil is good and good is evil. The flesh convinces you of those things. There is going to be a great falling away period.
Said it would.
We are not completely to those times. It's just begun. When I say just begun, these are the shifts you're seeing within the media. These are the shifts you're seeing within your movie area where they show you little things of God and you take it on. You want to be super people. You want to be gods yourselves. You call yourselves God. Okay, let's see how much godly area you get into when the Nephilim kick that hand in. Let's see how much godly areas you have when your sin has gotten so great that you don't even see that it's sin no more. Remember, you're justified. It is right. We're doing it because everybody else doing it.
I know.
Everybody else around you doing it. Remember, that's what Sodom and Gomorrah said. They were definitely corrupted. He destroyed a whole city because they got just as bad as it was during the time of Noah. It's going to get back to the way it was during the time of Noah when the word gets ready. That's what the word says. If you don't search it, if you don't get in your word, you won't know these things. Why do you think we're supposed to be watchful? How you going to watch if you don't know what you're watching for? You're going to look at the things that's going on around you and take it as normal.
Come on.
It's just the way it happens. It's the way the world is now. We're evolving. We're accepting gay people. We're accepting people being with multiple relationships. Now they all in the same house. And you know, people have justified it and said, well, they did it in the Bible. Obviously, you didn't see all the bad that came with them doing it in the Bible. But God accepted, they hit it up with scripture too. That's the sad part. Wait a minute, but God accepted it. Well, you got Adam, you got Abraham, and you got Sarah. Hold on, that was Sarah's doing.
Yeah, well.
And when it turned around and backfired against her, first place she went into her husband. First place he went was, no, this was that's your handmaid.
You're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it.
You go and get the situation straight.
Yes.
I only walked into it because you said that this is what we supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But it's not what the decree that went out that God told him. God told him it was going to come from his wife.
That's right.
That's right.
Not from another, his wife.
Yeah.
But when your mind go to twirling, and you taking good for evil and evil for good, now you don't flip that thing. Wait a minute, what he might have meant was, we need somebody else to bring forth this seed.
Yeah. Sir.
That's what it is. We need somebody else. Hold on, I got that right. Let me go get my handmaid. Okay, you got another area where you got Jacob. Jacob don't left. He had the woman that he had his eyes on. He didn't have his eyes on both of them.
No, he didn't.
He had his eyes on one.
Right.
Yes.
Just one. He got deceived into the other.
Yeah, he did.
But he still had his eyes on the one.
Yeah.
Never changed from the one. So here it is. Because you've already gotten into that, you cannot release that. According to law. You got to keep it. So now you don't end up being married to two. Them two sisters warn against each other every time you turn around.
Yeah, they were.
One trying to be better than the other. Layla want to know why you spend all your nights with Rachel. I don't get it. You married to me too.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna win out over that whole. There's gonna be a favoritism going on. And there's favoritism within kids too, even though we try not to admit it. But there is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is.
It's the way it is. So even in marriage, there will be some type of favoritism that go on. It doesn't make it right. Where that first started out was with your fallen angels.
Come on now.
Remember, it said they took women in as they pleased.
That's right.
And remember, I said we are a culture that we like to do what the next person do. So when they took women in as they pleased, flesh kicked in. Well, y'all, if they can have more than one wife, we can too.